What's going on, everyone? It's Tay with SpecTechular Gadgets. In this video, I have some pretty awesome charging accessories for your charging needs. But first off, shout out to the folks over at MFish for supplying me with the goods you see right here. I can't wait to test these out. Let's do this!
SpecTechular Gadgets.
So I have 3 items here that we are definitely going to get into, but believe it or not, the star of the show is this right here. This is the MFish eRhino 140 watt 4-port gallium nitride charger or GaN charger. At the time of this recording, this power port is going for $49.99. They also have 3 colors to choose from. You have green, silver, and pink. If you take a look on their website, they do have some of these bundled with cables, so you can pick either green, silver, and pink, and then they also bundle 3 cables with the package. So that's going to be a little bit more. I think around $89 is what I saw on the website, but they include the cables along with the power port of your choice of color. Now, the packaging on the MFish products seems really fun to me. Almost reminds me of like circuit boards or something like that. So I think they did a really good job of it. It's really fun, even though it's just a power port, right? Here's the back of it, which gives you information. You can go ahead and pause that if you want. I should be able to charge 4 devices at the same time using this power port. I'm going to charge 3 smartphones. I'm also going to charge my Lenovo Yoga Book. The 140 watt power delivery 3.1 charging system allows me to charge something like my laptop and 3 other devices. Now, this power brick has a nice unique look. It's not that big if you think about it, and it's nice to be able to travel with. I like that you can go ahead and fold that plug up. And now let's go ahead and plug some stuff in. I'm going to be connecting my devices using the MFish charging cable and the MFish charging line. It's the Armored Dragon 1 here and the Armored Dragon 3. These cables will cost you around $16 and $17 respectively, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the quality of these cables. Let's start with the Armored Dragon 3. This is 6.6 feet, 240 watts liquid silicone, and you can get this in black, gray, or pink. And if 6.6 feet isn't long enough for you, you can get this all the way up to 10 feet. Cable comes packed in a nice little case, and if you get the black and green power port, you have a nice little matching set. I'm feeling the bright green zipper definitely stands out. These accessories are going to stand out from all your other accessories. And once we open this, you have a little pouch inside of the case, so you can put whatever you need to in there. And then here is the cable. Hey now, I was not expecting this cable to be this kind of heavy duty quality, and the cable heads seem to be really, I've never seen cables like this. The charging heads have some type of weight to it, so it feels sufficient and heavy duty enough. The cable is thick. You have cable management with grip right here. This is for sure a thick, heavy duty cable. Look at the thickness. Look at the charging head. Now remember, I said this is a 4-in-1, so right here we have our charging head for older Apple devices that still use the Lightning, and then on the other end of the cable you have USB type A. These cables are very versatile. You have 4 type of charging heads and 1 cable. So all you need to do is pull up to reveal the other charging head, and so you have 2 type C's, a Lightning, and a USB A. You know what, while I'm at it, let me go ahead and open up the Armored Dragon 1. This is the charging line, and let's go ahead and take a look at that so we can have all the charging cables open. This is also 240 watts and kind of has the same design packaging as the Armored Dragon 3. So these ones have a larger cylinder shaped type of charging head, but it appears that they still give you the same type of charging head options: type C, your USB type A, you do have cable management. So they're pretty much one and the same, except for the Armored Dragon 3 is a little thinner, not as big. Okay, let's go ahead and start plugging in some of these devices. I'm gonna start with plugging in the power port first. That's all the way plugged in. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the first cable in the 140 watt port. And check this out, you guys. So this is the MFish cable, and you can see that it actually changes color. So you have a little RGB light on the cable head. So that is pretty neat. Like I said, these accessories are going to totally stand out from all the other stuff in your accessory drawer. It's just a really cool and neat feature to add to something as simple as a charging cable. In order to get to the charging head underneath the top layer, you're going to have to pull up. And this task may be a little difficult if you happen to have lotion on your hands. I wanted to start with charging one of my power banks. This is using the 140 watt Type-C charging port. And FYI, there is no correlation between the color of the charging cable and what it's charging. It's just strictly RGB lighting. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the Armored Dragon 1. I'm going to use the 100 watt port for this one. And once I plug this cable in, I noticed that it also has that cool lighting feature. I'm using one of my last devices that uses a lightning charger. This is my Apple TV remote. Next, I'm going to be charging my Unihertz Titan 2. I'm using that 140 watt Type-C port. Ports are lined up as 140, 100, 20 watts, and 22.5 on the bottom. If you are charging one device on that top port, it will give it all the 140 watts to that port. If you charge two devices, it will split the charging watts between the two to keep it at 140 watts. Remember, this power port has a max of 140 watts. So therefore, it's going to balance out everything that you're charging. If you're charging four devices at once, it will balance out. If you're charging just one, it's going to charge faster. If you're using that 140 watt or even 100 watt, it's going to give all the wattage to that particular port if the device can handle it. Okay, so I had to do some moving around, shuffling around with the ports and the cables. Now I have 3 cables plugged into this power port, and I'm going to plug in the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, and that's fast charging, as you see. So now we have 3 devices plugged into this, and as I mentioned previously, that the charging is still going to remain fast because this is a pretty powerful power port, but it's going to start balancing out how it's charging the devices. Can't forget the laptop, so let's plug that in. And when I'm using this, I'm actually going to be using that 140 watt port, and that's going to give us the decent amount of charging that something like a laptop needs. It needs that higher type of wattage in order for it not to say that the charging slow charging. For someone like me who has a lot of gadgets, and sometimes I need to charge those gadgets at the same time, this power port was perfect for my situation. It didn't get hot, it does have a cooling system, and again, it does have fast charging even when you're using all of the ports. I would say I would recommend this for your everyday use. I would definitely recommend this for traveling, and I really did enjoy using the cables along with the power port. This is a no-brainer. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to chill with me as we go through this journey. And until next time, everyone, I want you all to have a spectacular day. Later.